very good morning. Actually, it's already afternoon. Shit goes quick, innit? Alright. So, today I'm gonna be guiding you over how to make some pretty hard sounding art techno with screaming sounds and shit coming in from everywhere. So, I'm gonna be teaching you that today. Alright. First things first, when you make a song, grab a beer. I already opened one because why not? I'm already like, oh no, I just drank a quarter or something. Okay, so I'm gonna be showing you where you can find your screams and the melodies slash percussive grooves you sort of want to play with it. So I've set up a very simple thing here. It's from a June 3 bank called Nutty Tracks June 2 sound set, but I'm using it on June 3 because I'm a nomad and it works. All big burps there. So there's some basic principles you want to interpret with using these sort of scream sounds. Let's first start by playing the actual track I've set up here. This scream sound comes from a FX loop, and the trick is generally, this is the easiest thing to do, so that's why I've set it up here. You can of course use presets, or you can even make them yourself. You can do that in a lot of different ways. I'm not going to be guiding you over on how to synthesize these sounds today, because that's something for a whole nother video. But today is all about rhythm and where you can find them and how you can use them, because I know some of you synthesize their own sounds. I do as well, but not for everything. I prefer to use samples and fuck with them in a quite unique way. Also, because I think synthesis can only go so far. With samples, you can go much further. So this is the downriser I'm using currently. It's from the Trust and True pack. Great pack, I recommend checking it out. And it's this. It's pretty much a big industrial sound. It's actually continuous. I'm not sure how this guy, what his idea was on how to use this, but I found a way to use it, and I use a lot of his FX sounds because it's just truly amazing. But again, I've set up a really basic song for this tutorial. It sounds pretty good in my opinion. And the drop goes a little something like this. Oh. Yes, so that's it. As you can hear, it's quite rhythmic, especially for the screaming synth. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Okay, for this video, we're going to be using this sound from June 3. It's perfect, I love it. I've used it in about 3 songs, and one of them is going to be releasing quite soon. So there's a multitude of things you can do to make a good melody for these sort of synths. The first and most easy way is to grab your 1/16 and just first 1/8, then a long one, and then you can do pretty much whatever. I'm just going to place 1/8 here on the 1/8 beat and maybe add a little, what do you call it, shortened 1/16, so it's a 1/32 in the middle. And the thing all is about fucking note length, because that's how long it's going to be playing. So if you play around with the note length, I've literally just tapped something in here. It's just already nice. You can also use percussive loops as inspiration for these sort of lines. So here I've got a percussion loop. I also just grabbed from the Trust and True pack. It doesn't really matter what you use, just copy the rhythm. I like to place them over each other. Very handy trick if you want to recreate the rhythm of something. And just go tap in the notes where you see the sample. This can be a little bit confusing for starters because you don't know exactly where you're placing your mouse. But as you can see, it's quite fast, it's quite nice. You can generally get away with a lot of things like this. Okay, so we got long one in the start. Let's shorten these down a little bit, and I want the last one to be a little longer because it has room at the end, because there's nothing playing here. Again, shorten these. Play around with the note length. The note length is everything. I'm gonna repeat that multiple times throughout this video because that's what gives it feel and rhythm. Let me just make these ones really short, a long one, a short one, and then a long one again. And let's shorten the last one, and let's shorten this one just a tad as well. So it can be just a little longer. And we turn this rhythm into this. As you can see, very powerful. I love it. Okay, for the next step is using multiple notes. Generally, I don't really have a key in mind I use, but I like to use B for starters. Maybe a C flat, then a F flat. You can also use a G or G flat, but that's optional. I generally just stick between this and also with a D. You can also use a D, not a D flat. And all of these give a very specific feel, a bit of an angry feel. Let's make this one shorter. Okay, let's do it. And you can do one in the higher one as well with the G, so it's got like and then D, C, B, go up again to a D, just this like this. Shorten the first one, the second one is going to be a little bit longer, this is fine. And I'm just going to play it with everything else so you can hear how it sounds. For this one, it's all about the rhythm that you want. And you can also use variation between these, of course, which I highly recommend because it will keep the song more interesting. And otherwise you're just messing with the same melody, trying to make a variation with the note lengths on this, maybe add some fillers. So I recommend using a combination between these three. This for the intro because it's slow and it carries a lot of feeling, then a faster one. And when you're coming near the middle or end, you can use one that's quite intricate. And just play around with this. Just do whatever you want. I'm giving you these 3 basic principles, but you can do whatever you want. This mask is blocking my fucking nose, sorry. Lung cancer. Okay, thank you for watching. This is going to be the end of the video. See ya.